Welcome to my channel. We are going to go over the menu panel in all of its glory. This is Unbounded Play. This is Lisa. Thanks for coming to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you enjoyed it. And let's start with the menu panel. I wanted to go over all of the items in the menu panel, not just to help people that were having trying to find different things, but also for myself, because as I went through this, I did find things that I didn't already know, or maybe it was new in the new update number 3. So if it's old to you, sorry. If it's new to you, I'm glad that I could help. So we're going to start with the panel. I call it the menu panel. I don't really know what it's called, but we're going to start on the left and make our work to the right. These are Dreamlight Duties, the top ones. Those are ones that can change all the time. So the more you get through those, the more Dreamlight you can acquire. And if you've ever played Animal Crossing, there's kind of the same kind of little duties that you can do. There's foraging duties that include the critters, feeding the critters. You can go through here, and this is a great way if you're in need of a certain amount of Dreamlight to open up a biome, to look and see different things that can give you a big chunk, like 500 of the Dreamlight, to kind of get you there a little bit faster. So it's a great way to see where you are. It's nice to have little tasks to fulfill. I enjoy, I'm very organized, so I like to check things off my list. So those kind of hovering there makes me feel like I have my to-do list that I need to do. So, but you can go through here. There's a whole bunch of different ones for cooking and collection. I said, if you're kind of needing to get to a certain level of your Dreamlight, you can go through here and see how close you are. So maybe you only need to pick up 30 more blueberries, or, making friends with the villagers and having a daily communication with them. That is a huge one. You can fill that very quickly. It also helps you to move that friendship along so that you can get to where we are right now, is level 10 with each one of the villagers. So that's a very important thing, is to make sure that you're having a communication with all of your villagers daily, because it's fulfilling a Dreamlight spot, but it's also moving your friendship along if you're not already at level 10. So you are going to see for the villagers, there are a couple of them that I cannot fulfill. So like the ho 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 one, the ones with the kind of Christmas present, and the Halloween, I'm sure we'll probably be able to fulfill those when those holidays come back around, but I'm not able to. It won't further it along for some reason. I guess because the holiday is past. So I also wanted to show, you could go ahead and click on with the little circle. I'm on the Switch, so I don't know how it works on. I assume it works similarly on the Xbox, but you can find a character. I did this in one of the other videos. If they keep moving around, and I can tell you, Mother Gothel, she runs around the meadow. But if you click on that, the character, it's going to bring you that little line of stars, a little trail that'll take you straight to that character. It's really nice when you're needing to hunt them down for, you're needing to talk to them about something specifically for a quest. Maybe you're needing to check off some of your Dreamlight in that area. But you can have these conversations with like Maribel, just having those small little conversations that adds to your she's stuck behind there. That adds to your daily conversations. And like you see, I talked to her today, and that bumped her up to level 2. So having those conversations kind of increase your friendship level with the character. So while we're talking about this particular menu of going and clicking on the character, or you're going to click on the wishing well to move around quickly around, you can also fast travel. So on mine, you press the Y, and while you're in the menu panel, and you can click on a space in the village to go to, or you can click on a realm, and that'll take you straight to the realm. You don't have to go running down all the way down to the castle. It'll take you straight there. So you can either move your little circle over to the wishing well, or you can use the fast travel. Now you can also zoom in and zoom out of certain areas. And I think that there's also, you can toggle the filters. So if you pressed on X on the toggle filter, you can see over on the far right, in the lower far right, you can toggle between those three. So you can either remove all of the characters, you can turn it on and off. You can remove all of the, whether something is harvested or needs to be harvested or not, or you can remove all the houses. So I find the map is extremely helpful, because you can take a really quick look as to if you grew all your pumpkins, or if you made carrots or planted carrots. You can see if they need rewatered. Maybe they need watered. It'll have a little, I don't have one on here currently. It'll be kind of a peach color with a little water logo on it, indicating that it needs watered. So you can quickly look at your whole map and see if you need to water anything or if it's ready to be harvested. And then you can grab your harvesting buddy and run over there. And when you go, obviously, if you've been playing a while, you know that wherever you transport yourself to, your buddy harvesting, mining, somehow they always are there waiting for you. Like, they're able to transport faster than you are. Maybe they just go first. I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny and fun. I just love the game. Okay, on to the collection section of the menu panel. Here you can see all of the memories. There'll be memories, the rulers, pages from the ruler's diary, and we all know that's an Atlantean, right? You might go and look at my video on Atlantis, and we talk all about the writing that's on there and how it relates to a lot of different things. But you can see all the different realms that are in here. There's the Lion King, which we don't have the character yet, but they're coming. Toy Story, Sword in the Stone, and so we're hoping that Arthur eventually comes into the Dreamlight Valley. It just won't be Merlin. Maybe we'll need to pull out the sword from the stone. But yeah, these are all in Atlantean. The lettering or alphabet that was used in the Atlantis movies. You can decipher those. So, but you can also look at that in my Atlantis video, which was really fun to put together. So I hope you enjoy that if you run over there to take a look at that. But there's a couple of them in here. Cinderella. Cinderella's not here. Monsters Inc. She's not here. Tangled. So if we have those memories, they must be coming, because those are memories of, some of them are inside the, those first ones at the top are inside the valley. And then these are kind of little excerpts from the movies. But Wreck-It Ralph, we don't have the character yet. We're hoping that Vanellope comes because she's going to be racing into the village. That's my thought. Other people have other thoughts that it might be Cinderella racing in her pumpkin, maybe. But these are definitely, they're fun. They're fun to put together. These puzzle pieces come in the orbs. And these are pictures. Those were pictures of inside the valley. So this particular one of the collections is very important because you can see the different characters and a little bit about them, their favorites. You can actually change the clothes on Merlin. I got into the game a little too late, so I didn't know, really understand how to use that. But that's what that 1 out of 2 means, is there are 1 out of 2 outfits that you can get for Merlin. And you can also see below, he is my gardening buddy. He's already at level 10. I get a hangout bonus when I garden with him, and what his favorite things of the day are. And those are important when you're working towards level 10, but there will be tasks where they ask you to, whether it's Dreamlight or mainly in the events where it requests that you give somebody, like Mickey. I just had one for Mickey where you had to give him 5 different of his favorite gifts, and you could only give them 3. You can only give him 3 of the day. So it takes a while for that to happen. So here you can see this is another way that you can find out what your buddy's role is. He is a fishing buddy. Maui is a fishing buddy for me. So you can see that when you're having a conversation outside of looking at the panel under collections and clicking down to Maui. So the other thing is you can see his favorite things of the day also when you open up the window when you're having that conversation with him, or you're going to give him a gift. That's the second place where you can see that. So let's go back to collections. We're going to just kind of scroll through the different characters that are here. And we have Merlin, we have Wally. You can see that there's one character out of each one of those. If you keep going down, you can see the different hangout bonuses that each one has, their favorite things of the day. Maribel, since she's very new, you can see what level she's at. And also once you reach level 3, so I'm at level 2, level 3, what kind of gift you'll get, which is a motif that you can put on clothing or custom design something. You can see if I click on Buzz Lightyear, he doesn't have a motif because we've completed up to level 10, so there isn't any other gifts he's going to give us. But I hope that we can extend that, like our friendship level will grow with each one of the characters. So I want to look at the different outfits. So just like Merlin, he had 2 different outfits you could put on him. Mickey, there were 3 different options. So I will be able to get to the Mickey 100th anniversary centennial outfit, but I missed the Christmas one. Same thing. I'm late to the party. And Minnie, you can do the same thing. She's got 2 different outfits. Now, Ariel, you can change her from either being a mermaid or having legs, and you can kind of go back and forth. Now, if she's a mermaid, she won't be able to do her role in being one of your buddies to do different things, and that's really fun. Ursula is the only one that does not have a role because she cannot walk on land currently. But that would be really fun if she changed into I don't remember what the character's name is. Y'all can post it. That she was human in the movie. So that would be really fun if she could change it to that. So let's look at the other different things that we have within collections. There is crafting, so all the different items that refine materials that we've already gathered. These are things that we've already found. So if you haven't found these, if you're in the kind of the beginning of the game, these may be things that you haven't created yet or that you haven't found. That are, well, I guess it's what you already have created, what's complete inside your inventory. So there's also enchantments. It shows the different ingredients that you will need for each one of the enchantments, so you don't have to go to the crafting station to figure out what the different ingredients are. You can go straight to the collections and see what those are for each one of the items that you want to craft, whether it's the fencing or anything else. That's really helpful. I find that really helpful because I find that I was kind of running to the crafting station at times to see what more ingredients I needed to, or the recipe, what ingredients I needed for the recipe to do those different things. I was kind of looking at these different well, these are holiday items because there's red fabric. I don't know if that's fabric or wrapping paper. I said I missed part of the Christmas festive star path, which was that was really fun. I wish I would have been able to enjoy it more, but this is when I started the game. So we're going to go over to the critters. I'm not very good at the critters. Like you can tell I don't know how to get the raven. I swear I've fed them 5-star meals every time I'm in there. I don't know if I'm just not consistent enough. that it needs to be in, Monday and Tuesday. If you're going to feed them on Monday, you got to feed them on Tuesday in order to get the character. But you can kind of see what time of the day that they're, like that character, that critter is in the meadow or in the glades. You can see what time they're going to be there and then what area they're at. Unfortunately, they don't list what their favorite meal is for you to feed them. I haven't seen anywhere in the outside of just the collaboration within the community as to what that is. Here you can see all of the fish. I've caught all of the different fish underwater items except the Christmas ones. You're going to see that I'm missing a bunch of the Christmas ones. And but you can also see where those fish can be found, and you can also see how much they are worth and how much energy they can give you if you consume them. The foraging, you can see all the different items that are available to forage, whether it's flowers or the other items up here at the top. And you can also see what they sell for. So that's very helpful, and where to find them. Same thing with the ingredients, all the different items that are available for ingredients, what they sell for, where to find them, and how much energy they give you if you consume them. Obviously, if you combine them together, it gives you probably more energy depending on the recipe of all the items combined. So here we are in the meals. These are all meals that you can create, which can kind of give you a clue as to you already have the ingredients in somewhere in your inventory. If it has question marks, it means it's one that you haven't made yet, and it's not going to give you that information. But the ones you already have made, it's going to tell you what the different ingredients are, and also how much each one is to sell and how much energy it can give you. So we're going to go off to the gems. These are all the gems that you have there that you can get. And this also shows you where you can find those different items and what they sell for. So the shiny diamond, the shiny items are the things that are the most expensive out of the different colors. The shiny diamond is the most valuable. I think it's at 2,400. Yep, 2,400. So it is the most expensive. So if you're really needing some coin and you got some diamonds in your pocket, in your inventory, you can go ahead and sell those. You can sell them. I kind of hold on to them because you never know. I think that there was a recipe that I needed to put together for a quest, and I needed, 10 of one gem. I think it was a Scrooge thing, obviously, because he's got to have the most of everything that's very pricey. And we can go down here to the clothing. This shows us the different clothing that's in our inventory currently that we've already acquired. Same thing with the furniture, the different furniture that you can get. These are really fun. I think that you can see the different clothes that you have on a broader level in this menu than you can when you're looking in your inventory and you're going to change your clothes. And you can also see what different categories, so what different movies each one of these outfits come from, which you can kind of filter that in your, when you go into your inventory, like you're going to change your clothes, your wardrobe, you can filter that as well. Here you can see all the different furniture. It's also categorized by the different movies and Mickey and Friends. And also on the far left, you can see how many of the different items that you have. So how many, maybe you have 100 out of the 300 different furniture pieces that are available. Here we are in quests. It is the next item on the panel menu. And you can see the different friendship quests that you currently have. I currently have Olaf and I have Maribel. But Maribel, I haven't gone and unlocked it yet. You can track the quest on your main screen by making sure that little yellow friendship logo is highlighted. So you can turn that on and off by pressing the A track quest in the bottom right. And then when you go to your main screen, you can see on the left-hand side, it says a story to tell. It shows Olaf's quest. So you can have that on there or off of there by that track quest toggle in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, so events. So we finally have another event since the festive one has ended, and we're in the Centennial Star Path. So this is where your star paths are. This is where you're going to see a description of the star path, the duties that you can achieve, and what rewards you get when you fulfill any of the duties. So here you see a bunch of the duties, and then depending on how many carrots you need to harvest or the topazes or conversations that you need. Some of these you can get done within a day, within a short period of time. Some of them are going to take a while. So the daily discussion with Mickey, that's actually going to take a while because you can only have one daily discussion with him one time a day. So, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. I like a little bit of a challenge. In the rewards, you can toggle between the very bottom where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So once you achieve, you only need 3 in each one of those to open up the next panel of rewards. And so I like that you don't have to acquire all of them. You don't have to get all of them in order to move on. This is also a great place to increase your Moonstone level. So each one of these levels, it goes up. So in this first one, it'll be 100. And as you move on further, it's going to increase your level of Moonstones that you can collect in each one. So if you are trying to work towards the cottage or something in the premium shop to spend your Moonstones, this is a great place to acquire more of those Moonstones in a very kind of quick way, because you'll be doing a bunch of those duties to get there. And you can see like level 4, it's all grayed out, and you can see the different changes. I think that I don't know if this was available before, but if you have extra Mickey tokens, I call them Mickey tokens. If you have extra Mickey tokens that you would use to buy some of the rewards, you can exchange those Mickey tokens for Moonstones once you unlock that at the very end. So you kind of need to work through that and do a bunch of the duties to get there. But that is one way to increase the amount of Moonstones that you have. And I love that. Now, you can spend Moonstones for Mickey tokens, and you can do that immediately. It's 100 Moonstones for 10 Mickey tokens, but it's so difficult to get Moonstones. I would never do that. It's much easier for you to just keep doing duties to get the Mickey tokens. So don't do that. I don't recommend it at all. Okay, let's go over to the premium shop. This is super exciting. Our new update came with this premium shop that we could use our Moonstones to shop with. And you can see here Moonstones. If you're wanting to purchase more Moonstones, you can. With real money, you can spend real money to buy more Moonstones. I am not a person I don't like to spend money, real money in the games. And I just don't like to do that. But some people do. I mean, you want to further along in the game. The Star Path has a lot of really unique items in it. I don't know that they would end up coming back. So if it was really important to you to get those, go ahead and spend some money. But that's not my forte. I just wouldn't do that. And but yeah, so these are all the different items that you can get in the premium shop. It kind of gives an overview. You can get 100 of the Mickey dollars for 800 Moonstones. If you're wanting to do that, I'm not going to do that. And then here is the premium shop. So I already own the palace. Of course, I immediately was so excited about having my house be a palace, but it's too big right now. I need to move some stuff around to place it. The other are these 3 little bundles that you can get. These are kind of limited, so we don't know if they're going to come back, and we only have a few days. I think they give us 7 days to purchase them and to acquire the Moonstones required. So you can see I completely depleted all of the Moonstones that I had. Anyway, enjoy that. That is really fun. I love shopping, especially with money that's not really coming out of my pocket. We're going to go to the settings guide. This kind of goes over, so I'm on the Switch, and it does give a little bit of an overview of the Xbox controller. And I think that I don't have PlayStation, so I don't know. I assume that the PlayStation controller is very similar in it's the way that it's utilized. And then the left side you can see is the Switch. I actually have mine in a regular controller. But if you don't already know how to use some of these buttons, now I can tell you if you want to go straight to the Dreamlight, this on the left-hand side of the Switch controller, where it's got those 4 little dots in the diamond shape, the very bottom one, if you press that, that'll take you straight to the Dreamlight section of the menu panel. I don't know if that's new or if I just recently figured it out, but I love that, because usually you're wanting to know straight on the Dreamlight, and then if you press the negative button on the left-hand controller, it takes you straight to quests, the quest section of the menu page. If you hold down ZR, which is I think the toggle button on the Xbox, and the ZR is on the Nintendo, that will open up the tools so you can clear the way. You can take photos, water, or you can just remove all the tools altogether by doing the hand. And of course the game is in real time, so if it's dark and you're where you're living, if you're playing the game at night, it's going to be dark inside the game. For cooking, you're going to press the A, make sure that you have coal to cook with, and obviously the ingredients. It'll say to interact with the stove, and you can go ahead and cook away. The Dreamlight is to restore the valley. You're going to use that when you're opening up a biome or you're opening up a realm. And there are some other ingredients like the storage unit that are also utilizing Dreamlight to create different items. And like I said, make sure that you're doing your Dreamlight duties, because it's a constant flow of them. So as you're doing the Dreamlight duties, you'll see a little panel that pops up on your screen as you complete one. I would go ahead and do that, specifically if you're really trying to up the amount of Dreamlight that you have acquired. So we're going to look at the energy. So our energy, in order to do activities around, we can get up to, I think 40. I think I'm at 40. And that will change as you achieve different things in the game. It'll bump up your level. You can also, when you're out of energy, you can eat food, or you can go into your house. Now, if you really want to move fast, and it kind of boosts your energy, but it also makes you move faster. If you already have full energy and then you eat a meal, it turns into a little yellow line, and it increases your energy. So you can go to fishing, and this shows you how to cast and how to catch the fish. So you're going to cast with Y on the Switch. A, when it tells you A, it's going to pop up an A. And then you can also get fish from Moana's fishing boat. And as you increase the boat size, it increases the amount of fish that you can get from her. On to friendship, the directive plant from Wally. His directive is to have a little garden, and same as Moana's boat, as you increase his garden, the more items that will be there in the garden. And so you can go and harvest those every day. And I think you can multiple times a day. I don't know what the time frame is. Make sure you're gardening in the valley, and you can plant stuff. You use the Y. If you have the shovel, use the Y to dig the hole. Then you're going to stand over it. It's going to have kind of a highlighted spot so that you can plant. It'll also tell you to plant a seed, and you can water that seed with the watering can, and then you can watch it grow. Some of them need watered more than one time. And you can, like I said, you can see in the map, if you go over to the map, you can see which things need watered. And when it rains, you don't have to water anything. So if we go over to collections, we can go down to ingredients. When you look at the ingredients, you can see how long it will take for that item to grow. It doesn't tell you how many times you'll need to water it, but it'll tell you how long it takes it for it to grow and how many items you'll get to harvest. Like asparagus, when you harvest it, you get 3. Obviously, like we said before, it tells you where to find it, where it originates from, and then also how much it sells for and energy. And it tends to grow faster in the biome that it originates from. So pumpkins tend to do the 4-hour mark in the Forgotten Lands, whereas in the if you plant it somewhere else, it may take longer. I don't know what the time frame is. I'm sure that someone has a calendar out there that tells you, but I don't have that. It doesn't bother me. I'm just wait for them to be ready to harvest. So we're going to go to Home Sweet Home, and you can expand your house. You can make the rooms bigger on the first floor. On the other levels, it doesn't seem to allow you to do that. But you can also restore your energy when you come to your house, and also store your inventory inside your house. You can also move your house by going into your inventory menu and going down to furniture. And then if you press that X, well, there's nothing there. But if you press the X and kind of move that menu away, this is where you would be able to move any of the trees around, but you can also move your house around. So you can go over here, and then you highlight your house. I'm going to go over here rather than trying to. So let's try that again. Go to the furniture. I'm going to move that out of the way. Highlight your house. So you can highlight your house. That means you can move it, but you can also, if you hit replace, you can change the skins on the house. So you can change the color of the house. You can change it to a castle, but you can see I need to make room for my castle. So I'm not quite there yet. I did buy the castle, and there's another house coming. So you'll have another skin that you can change it to, but that is how you change the outside of your house to look different. Okay, so we're going to go back to the house, and we're going to talk about the floors and expanding your house. So if you still have a triangle out there outside of your house, you still have room to expand your house to make it big. Mine's already expanded. That's why I don't have a triangle out there with Scrooge McDuck's face on it, who just wants all my money. He's a businessman, so. Okay, so if you go over to this little elevator, which you earn from Scrooge McDuck, I don't remember what level it was, but then you can expand, you can add more floors to your house. And I have 2 floors. I haven't even filled all the rooms up. So we're not even there yet, but part of it is just kind of enjoying the different expansion opportunities that we have to expand our house. So you have this one floor. I have the main room here in the middle. I have 3 other rooms, and you can change those rooms. I have 10 by 10 for all of my rooms. And let's see. So this is the second floor, and we can expand our second floor. We can put more rooms up here in different sizes. And we can also add more floors. So you can add more rooms, you can change the sizes on them. If you add another floor, it's 4,500, and you can just keep going. I think that I've seen other people that have said that they have not reached a limit on how many floors they can have. So you can change the name on this very first room. You can't change the size. So the other rooms you can change the size. So you can have 10 by 10, 8 by 8, 6 by 6, depending on the size. You can change the name of it, any one of these rooms. So each one of the floors, you can have 4 more rooms, which is really great because, if you're an interior designer and you can design each one of these rooms in all different kind of fashions, isn't that what we want in our everyday house, is for each one to be our fantasy room, like a Disney room and our elegant room and a castle room, and yeah, right. It's so much, but we can make all our wishes come true through this house expansion. So we're going to go into the art of selling be active in the valley, gather your resources. You can sell at Goofy Stall, and thank goodness there's more than just one Goofy Stall to sell everything, and then you get the gold coins. So we're going to look at the tools pretty quick. I think we kind of touched on them a little bit. We're looking for the ripples when we're fishing, and you're going to use the Y to cast out your line, and an A, we're on the switch. You're going to go to the stones to mine with the pickaxe. You'll dig, same thing. Everything that you're using to send out the cast, to utilize the pickaxe, you're using the Y button to do that. And you can change it in this little ring. Very similar to the ring in Animal Crossing. I know I keep referring to it, but they're very similar games in the different ways that they do the tools and the like the Dreamlight Duties. You can dig with the shovel, and again with the Y you can move around the little wheel to get your device that you're going to be using, and then watering the crops. So we're going to look at the collections real quick. We already went over it. You're going to go to the collections menu, select the item that you're interested in, where you can find it, and if it's consumable, what you can sell it for, and how much energy it gives you. Crafting, you can do at your crafting table. You can, once you click on use, when you walk up to it, you select the menu, the item that you want to craft, and it'll tell you what items that you need. I actually keep a crafting table with me in case I'm just kind of out in the middle of nowhere and don't feel like running back to my house. So here, you can go into the menu at your crafting table. You can select an item, and it'll let you know. So like fabric, I need more cotton. I currently have 1 cotton, and I need 5. I need 5 total. So I need to get 4 more. So the things that are not shadowed out are things that you already have enough of in your, as far as recipes, to make that item. Now, you don't have enough in there to make all of those items. You can craft one of those, because if you craft one of those, then you'll see a whole bunch of them shadowed out because you utilized some of those recipe items for the item that you just crafted. So keep that in mind. That's really important when you have multiple quests coming up, because though it may say that you finished a quest for one of the characters, if you're already collecting other stuff for another character, it's going to combine them. It's not going to say, like, if you need 5 for Mickey and you have 5 for Donald, it's not going to say, and you only have 5 in your inventory, it's going to show on both of them that you have enough. And so just keep that in mind, because I have where sometimes I've gone in there and it's like, oh, you have everything. And because you did have everything when you completed the whole list, but you used something, and now you got to go run out and get some more. Okay, so we're going to go to customization. So currently we can only customize our clothes, and you would do that by going into your inventory, to your wardrobe, and clicking on the customization. You can design your universe, so designing the Dreamlight Valley as far as going into furniture and placing stones or walkways or paths or trees or furniture, whether it's inside your home or outside in Dreamlight Valley. So those are the 2 ways that you can kind of customize. The hope is that we'll be able to customize the furniture at some point. So we're going to go to the quest log, and we did talk about the quests. The friendship quests, don't forget that you can add the quest tracker on your screen so that you can see it, or if it bothers you that it's there, you can turn it off. So you would just kind of hit that little toggle. So we're going to step back for a second to the customization for the wardrobe. So you would click on the customize, and you could just choose an item. I'm just going to pick one of these that I kind of been playing with. This little shirt. You can add an item, but I'm just going to use one that's already there. So I have to press A. It is not an option on the menu, but I have to press A on the Nintendo Switch to get these motifs to pop up. Nowhere on there does it have the motif you know, how to get over there. That took me a while to figure it out. So I hope this helped people that were trying to find out where to put these on. And then even when I remembered, I forgot. So it's A. You have to press A. It pops up that menu over there. I kept hitting the plus button. It did nothing. So you can move these little items around. You can play around with the placement and how you can turn it around on the clothes. It's really fun. If you take the time to sit there and maneuver these little motifs around, it's really fun. There's so much stuff that you can do. You can actually turn your character around so that you can add these motifs down the sleeves, down the back. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do. You can see there's a whole bunch of things over here. You can change the color of the shirt or dress or whatever item it is. I did create kind of a simple tangled outfit that Rapunzel wears, and then I did the little ears. They're in one of my other videos. But yes, so that's how you do the customization. You can see over here, you can change the colors. That's really fun. And like I said, you can make her turn around. You can go all the way around her outfit so that you can add those. And you can also zoom in. So if you had some real detail, kind of, very intricate detail kind of things that you're going to be doing on there, you can get an up close picture of your shirt or item that you're customizing to make it perfect, and make it just how you want it. So we're going to the quest log. Are we in the quest log? Keep track of your story. You can quickly track new quests. Missed it, track or quest by using the track icon with the A while in the quest menu. I said this is where you can toggle back and forth. This gives you the instructions on the quest, and you can do that toggle. So you can see I have it on and off by pressing the A. And for Olaf, I can't change it for Maribel because I haven't started the quest with her. It's unlocked, but I haven't gone and chatted with her. But you can change whether or not that quest shows up on your main screen on the left-hand side, so you don't have to keep toggling between the quest menu, like going into the menu panel. So I'll show you if we toggle it off, and then we go back to the main screen, you can see it's gone. It's not on the left-hand side of the screen. And then if we go back and toggle it back on, so we'll toggle it back on, and then we go back to the main screen, you can see that it's there. It takes a while for it to get there. Sorry about that. So we're going to go to the maps, just kind of a real refresher. You can move that little circle around the map. You can click on the little, you can click on the people, the characters, so that you can get that kind of stream of stars so you can follow them around. You can, the wishing well, you can click on the wishing well so it'll take you straight there. Otherwise, you can do the travel at the speed of Dreamlight with the fast travel on the Switch. It's Y when you're in that map. So we're going to go to the camera. In that little circle of tools, you can click on the camera. This is super fun. There's so many different ways that you can do the camera. You can do it in a profile. You can do it in a square, like Instagram shaped photo. And that's all with the Y. You can, and then you can do the whole widescreen photo so you can get everybody in there. If you stay there long enough, everybody starts showing up wanting their picture taken behind you. When you turn this off, there'll be a whole bunch in front of you. You can also crouch down. And now if you want to save this photo, there's two different ways you can save it. You can either press the Y, which gives you this QR code. Use the QR code with your phone, and you can save that image to your phone, and it goes to your photos. And if you have Mac, I have a Mac, I'm a big Apple user, it'll sync through your iCloud, and you can save it in there. The other way to do this is you can do the typical screenshot with the switch. So you're going to hit that bottom square button on the left-hand controller. After you take the picture with the camera, then do a screenshot so that it saves in all of your photos, because otherwise there isn't a cache of your photos. I don't know why that doesn't happen. I know, isn't this funny? I love all of these different faces. There's a whole bunch of different faces. You can also get a bigger, wider range of the photo by pressing X. That's on the switch. And then you'll have different poses that you can have when you're in that full frame rather than just the upper body photo. So there's these crack me up. Yeah, you could play with it. There's a bunch of different faces you could put on there. You can change the filters on the photos, so you can do black and white. These are really fun to play around with. You can also frame the photo differently, and some of the frames have the Disney Dreamlight Valley logo in the corners. You can kind of move that around. And yeah, so it's just really fun. You could kind of play around with that, but don't forget to save your photo. So you can either save it with the QR code, or you can save it by doing a screenshot while that image is still there. So I hope you like that. I have a lot of fun with it. So you can see people start showing up behind you when you're trying to take a picture. It kind of gets comical after a while. They just start coming. So Maribel is just waiting for the perfect pose. She seems really impatient. And then there's Buzz. You know, there you go. What a picture. So we're going to go to Touch of Magic. We're almost to the end of the game guide. And if we go up here. So this just kind of goes over the design inventory of your clothing. So you can custom design it. You can modify or remove any of your designs at any time. You can add a new design. You can change the color. And you can add up to 50 motifs onto one single item. That's awesome. And then you can Touch of Magic motif placement. It shows you can move it, rotate it, resize the motif on the shirt. And you can modify it or cut it. You could split it. You can mirror it, which is really cool. That really helped in one of the Rapunzel dress that I did. That was super fun. I quite honestly wish I had more time to sit down and just play with this. I mean, I think you could spend days just playing around with the clothing customization. And so when we have the furniture customization, our minds are going to be blown. Okay, so we're going to go to the mining, which is the last one in the game guide. And we kind of went over this before. You're just going to use the tool wheel to select the pickaxe and mine the rocks by pressing the Y, and you'll get rid of those rocks by, well, the remnants will be coming out. It'll be all sorts of things. Gems, rocks, gold, crystals, all sorts of stuff, more for you to collect. If we go over to graphics, so you can disable camera shakes. I really haven't had any issues with that. Disable flashes, you can turn that off or on. And you can offset the time of day. This is really fun because if you want to offset the time of day, you can change what time of the day it is. So if you have, if it's nighttime, obviously if it's nighttime where you are, it's going to be nighttime in the game. But if you want it to be daylight and have some of the daylight, it isn't going to change your game, and don't try to time travel because that will totally mess up your game. You can't do it like in Animal Crossing. But this will at least give you more daylight. And that's really important when you're over in like the Forgotten Lands or over in the Glades, because those areas can be fairly dark. Off to sounds. Oh, let me click on that. You can change the sounds on the master sound or music volume, voice volume. You can change all of those. You can change this stream friendly. It replaces the copyright music. So if you're going to be streaming, you want to make sure this is on so that it removes the copyright music from your game. So if you're streaming, the camera, inverted camera, I haven't utilized this, but I guess you could put the camera upside down and you could put the camera sensitivity for the controller. I have adjusted the camera sensitivity for the controller because I feel like the new, whatever has happened in the update 3 has changed a little bit of the camera, at least for the Switch. I'm sure it probably hasn't affected anybody else, but I just find it to be a little off. Maybe it's too close or something like that. I don't know. I just wish it would go back. I can't really explain exactly what's gone on. Okay, we're going to go over to the help menu. And okay, so you can show your user ID. You can hide it. You can go to save to cloud. So make sure that you are in sync, that your game is not out of sync. So you'll just press the save to cloud. You will want to have a cloud account. It's an email that you would add, and it's a menu at the front of the game. So before it officially opens to the rest of the game, that's where you would create your cloud email. You can import an avatar, and I have not done that, so I don't want to give you any incorrect information. The redemption code area, if you've done the golden potato, we now have a red potato. You don't need a redemption code for that. But the golden potato, there is a redemption code. You can go to my channel about the golden potato where we can finally utilize it. I have a redemption code is posted in there, and you can enter it there, get the golden potato, and then follow the golden quest of golden items and check that out. Obviously, there's cookie policy, the terms of user, and the other agreements and policies. Save game, make sure that you're saving. I suggest that when you have done something kind of critical, like you've achieved a certain level, like maybe you've sold all of your pumpkins, or you've finished a quest, I would go and save, because it can be a little glitchy and you don't want your game crashing after you did like this. I've seen where people have done their whole tour, like a whole design of something, and it crashed and they lost it all. So I would kind of on a regular basis, kind of in the back of your mind, to go ahead and save the game. And then of course you can return to the title screen, but I'm not ready to do that. I hope you enjoyed going through the menu and found it helpful. Even if there was just one tip that you didn't know about, I hope it was helpful to you. I know it was helpful to me. I actually ended up finding some things as I went through this that I didn't know, or maybe I wasn't very clear about it. So playing around with it and reading a little bit more about it, researching a little bit more. I know there's more into this menu that I probably didn't touch on, or that I'm not aware. I just don't know. I haven't played the game as long as everybody else, but anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming to the channel, for making it through this long video, but I thought it was kind of necessary to have this as a reference if you had some troubles or were wondering how something worked. Thank you for coming to the channel today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe and like. I appreciate you, and have a wonderful adventure in Dreamlight Valley.